Fetch AI Artificial Superintelligence Alliance holders, we have some new updates for you guys in regards to burns as well as class action lawsuit and a number of other things as well. So let's jump into it in this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on X as well if you're watching over there. I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can for you guys. I know what your guys is, everybody's attention span, right? You want to move on from one thing to the next pretty quickly. So I'm going to try and make this short for you guys. So let's first start with burns. Everybody was asking about the burns when signing up for ASI 1. People were expecting 50 FET coin burn for each sign up created. Well, they have done that. They're pleased to confirm the execution of the first token burn under the every ASI wallet sign up to ASI 1. It will burn 50 FET tokens for each new sign up, and this was announced by the CEO. On-chain confirmation is located here. The total new new wallet-based signups was 2,187, and they burned 109,350 FET tokens. Each new wallet interaction not only contributes to the burn, but also integrates users into a growing ecosystem of AI agent services. So they're encouraging anybody who is involved in FET, invested in FET or the ASI Alliance, to create an account. I mean, what do you have to lose? It's definitely a useful tool. I personally use it every single day. So go jump on there, create an account, ASI1.ai. That's where you can find the LLM. So let's jump over here. Class action lawsuit has been filed against Ocean Protocol. That he filed it. Humayun actually filed it. He's leading this on November the 4th. It was filed. New York federal court. The complaint speaks for itself, alleging fraud and other claims against Bruce Pawn, Ocean Protocol, and others. For those of you who may be interested in learning more about the litigation and the claims you may have, you can send a message here to oceanclaim at fetch.ai, and it will be forwarded to K&L Gates, which is the legal firm. So those of you who are saying I haven't received a response, well, this is purposely for gathering information. They're not going to personally respond to everybody. Just I don't even know what will happen. I don't know how this process goes, but the information gets sent over to the law firm, and they will be the ones conducting and gathering information, so to speak. So with pending legal actions, he's going to refrain from engaging on this matter in public, which is expected, right? Because you can't give away, you can't talk about something that is being trying to be negotiated or taken into court, so to speak. So this is the lawsuit filing, and it is about 40 pages long. So I'm just going to give you some brief notes that I created after reading this. So you guys, obviously, you can read through it if you like. It is Humayun links to it in his post there. So we're going to briefly talk about what it contains here. So Ocean Protocol joined the alliance with about 81% of Ocean tokens converted to FET by July of 2025. But over 270 million Ocean tokens held by about 37,000 wallets remained unconverted due to community resistance. So maybe some people just didn't want to, it was staked or it was whatever, and they just didn't want to, convert their tokens just yet. But the merger aimed at collaboration on AI tokenization, data ownership, and Web3, but internal rifts emerged over their governance and the vision. So basically, Ocean Protocol, they were really they joined the alliance in haste, right? And that's what we heard from Bruce Pawn's blog post that he posted, right? They didn't really want to. It didn't sound like they really wanted to join the alliance, but they thought it was going to be easy, and they thought it was going to be a good fit for the Ocean community. And then they started bunting heads on a number of things, and these all things should have been kind of negotiated beforehand, in my opinion. Some of the claims and some of the things that they bunted heads about were kind of silly and ridiculous, but it was nonetheless important to them, right? So obviously they had some rifts there, and they didn't always see eye to eye, actually, hardly at all. Ocean Protocol suddenly exited on October the 9th in 2025, and when they abruptly withdrew from the alliance, they resigned all directors and membership roles without detailed public explanations, and their citing for this was legal constraints. Okay, and then obviously they tried to ASI tried to talk with them. They tried to encourage communication, even set up a working group of people in the community, backed by geostaking, which great job trying geostaking. But they tried to reach out to Ocean, talk to lawyers, etc. and tried to get some conversation going, which was inactive. So it just didn't happen. So they're down now. We see this lawsuit being filed, class action against Ocean Protocol. Humayun, the CEO of FET, is leading this as well. They are alleging fraud and misconduct. Now they minted 719 million extra Ocean tokens in 2023, then secretly converted 661 million of them into 286 million FET tokens on July 1st, because we know that there's that fixed conversion when they had the alliance migrated, right? When they formed the alliance, they had an already agreed upon conversion rate from Ocean to FET, right? So that was their fixed conversion rate according to the merger. And then they transferred without disclosure 90 million to OTC provider GSR Markets, about 160 million to Binance, and 109 million to other OTCs like Exa Group. Now, transfers occurred in phases. They weren't done all at once. July 3rd to 14th was about 76 million FET moved. August 31st, they moved about 196 million, distributed to 30 new addresses, which is what everybody was wondering what happened there. None of this was discussed. None of this was put up for any kind of a governance vote or anything like that. It was just done. So nearly all of it was sent to exchanges or OTCs. Now, accusations are including, rug pull tactics, breach of merger agreements, security fraud, and mismanagement of community incentive wallets, such as the Ocean DAO Safe wallet that they had. That was supposed to be for community rewards. Now, the FET price dropped nearly 10% in 24 hours after the exit announcement. It was very, very fast. There was a number of accusations out there, going around, and people were scared and dumped their holdings. I mean, it happens. You get bad news, people are going to exit. Now, over 37,000 unconverted Ocean holders and broader FET community were affected with potential financial losses from the sell-off and the devaluation. Binance had ceased Ocean deposits on the Ethereum network starting October 20th, 2025, risking asset loss for users, highlights the risk in decentralized AI mergers. So this is going to be something that's going to be reluctant to happen in the future, or we'll learn from it and, have we can't trust people, right? In businesses, you have to have contracts. You have to have, specific points in contracts when you merge companies together, because you're going to have, well, like they had three companies come together. So you're going to have three different leaders now trying to kind of figure out who's in charge, what the dynamics are going to look like, and that sort of thing. And I could see that playing out. I mean, that happens all the time, and especially in mergers and such. You have to kind of develop, like I said, like that dynamic. Who's in charge, the hierarchy, and all that stuff. And I know they were still working independently as well as together. And I think it's when they came together and like Ocean doesn't seem like they were really producing anything. I could imagine that there was a ton of, animosity between all of them. But I'm also just kind of speculating on that because I don't know any more than what's already publicly talked about. But I'm seeing it come up in conversations, right? You can feel the tense and the anger and the discords among the parties involved. But this was filed as a securities class action alleging fraud, with fetchai CEO Humayun Sheikh personally funding the lawsuit across multiple jurisdictions. Now, the plaintiffs are seeking compensation for the affected FET holders. And now, what could happen? Well, FET did offer to drop claims if the tokens were returned, and Ocean basically failed to negotiate that. So it's very unfortunate that it's come to this, because we all just want to let them cook, right? That's kind of a term that we use in crypto. Let them cook. Let them get out there. Let them build out their product and make our investment worth something. And then when we get things like this, when we get disputes and legal involved, it really does hinder some development, because they have to focus on certain things, right? And it's taking their focus off of actually building. But I will say, they have been doing a fantastic job in the last month or so with still continuing to deliver product. So that, I think, is a great sign, in my opinion. Now, what's to come for the class action? Well, it doesn't guarantee that anything's really going to come from it, but it's one of those things where it's like you can't let something like this go, right? We can't just let somebody take something somebody steals your car in the middle of the night, you get up in the morning, when you go, oh, damn it, somebody stole my car. I'm never going to get it back. I might as well not even call the police. No, you still got to report it. You still got to do something about it, and you still got to try, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. As a class action, it automatically includes most FET holders who suffered losses from the alleged misconduct. If successful, we could potentially recover some funds, such as damages or token restitution. Now, holders with evidence of losses are encouraged, and this, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just reading, basically how this is going to go. If you're interested in submitting your losses, your information to them, you can file that, send it to the email oceanclaim@fetch.ai, and this forwards to the law firm K&L Gates for details on claims or opting in or out of the lawsuit. Now, outcomes, like I said, are uncertain. This is not guaranteed. Obviously, they have to go through the legal process and see, what documents and what proof and evidence they have, and they have to prove certain things and this and that. So we'll have to be keeping an eye on it, and it's not something that we can say that we're going to see a resolution tomorrow. It could take months or even years. Who knows, right? It just depends on how clear cut and how fast the legal process works. So that's pretty much what I got for you guys in this video. I know it has been a lot. It has been, it really comes down to the point where diversification is a huge factor, right? You don't go all in. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. Sometimes this happens. This happened with major companies in crypto. I mean, you look at Ripple. Ripple went through a lawsuit with the SEC. I know it was a little different, but um, it's just the part of doing business, right? You're always going to have people claiming that you're doing wrong, that you're doing this, you're doing that. The main thing is that FET, in my opinion, the FET and the ASI Alliance is delivering products to their I'm going to say shareholders, as we are with a token holders, I guess is probably the more correct term. Fetch is delivering, ASI is delivering, and I don't think that this lawsuit's going to stop them from continuing that. I mean, um, we've seen it. The amount of product that they've delivered so far over the last couple of years has just been phenomenal. The biggest tech stack AI and AI crypto is just I'm not going anywhere, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, everybody has their own, and I encourage you to let me know down below how do you feel about this lawsuit? Do you think that anything's going to come about it? And you know, I know the price is suffering at this moment, but taking a look at the broader crypto market, it's like nothing's moving right now. We're in a bit of a slump. It's definitely we can't say we're not. So, it is what it is. But I have a feeling that the company's going to do everything they can to continue to push and to continue to build this out, because once AI crypto starts running again, and we know it will. I mean, AI is not going anywhere. They're going to be set up for success. So that's what I got for you guys in this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you're interested, check out my Patreon link in the description of this video. I'm going to be starting a number of different things in Patreon. I want to build a community. I want to build a diversified crypto wallet. Now's a great time since prices are low. So if you want to come in, follow along, you want some help with crypto, you can certainly use the Patreon system to directly message me, and I will certainly help you with anything that you have crypto related. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.